Now, this is the Maestro Stage. Every month, we have 4 separate lessons that we do on Thursdays. So this is the Maestro Stage. We just finished the Apprentice Stage. We do the Apprentice Stage, then the Maestro Stage, Virtuoso Stage, and we're helping piano students of different levels. The Apprentice Stage is more for beginner levels. Then you have the Maestro Stage, more intermediate, early intermediate levels. The Virtuoso Stage is more for advanced levels. And then, let me get that a little closer. And then every week, we have 4 weeks throughout the month. If there's a 5th week, we don't teach the lesson on that 5th week. But the first week, we focus on the cool songs and the essential piano exercises. Week 2, we always focus on theory therapy. Week 3, we always focus on innovative improvisation. And week 4, we focus on creative composition. So today we're going to be focusing on my book, Essential Piano Exercises. And we're going to be focusing on Cool Songs for Cool Kids, Book 1. Now, last month, those of you who remember and attended the lesson, we talked about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 blast off, and we practiced going up through every key signature. We practiced playing in all of the key signatures, kind of moving up chromatically in half steps, playing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 blast off. Today, I'd like to actually look at Playground Pro, and then if we have time, maybe we'll go to 5 for 5, but we're going to be looking at Playground Pro. So first off, let me go to the overhead view, and I'd like to play Playground Pro, and then I'll explain a little bit about it. Let me go to the overhead view. So this is Playground Pro. We're starting off in the C major pentascale position, but then the left hand does start to go down. So the left hand is kind of descending, but let me play Playground Pro. Say that 5 times fast. Let me play Playground Pro, and then I will explain a little more about this. Now, that is Playground Pro, and you can see right here, this is what I just played, okay? That's Playground Pro. This is from my book, Cool Songs for Cool Kids, Book 1, right there. Okay, that's from the book, Cool Songs for Cool Kids, Book 1. And we're going to talk about what we're doing here. Now, the right hand starts off where we have a lot of eighth notes. The right hand is actually kind of just coming down. So the right hand is breaking apart. If you notice what the left hand is doing, it's actually doing the exact same thing the right hand is doing, but the inverse. So the right hand starts and plays G, C, G, C, F, C, F, C, E, C, E, C, D, C, D, C, whereas the left hand plays C, G, C, G, D, G, D, G, E, G, E, G, F, G, F, G. So the left hand is actually going up while the right hand is coming down. See, the right hand comes down and the left hand goes up. Now, starting in measure 4, 5, 6, let's see, 7, we're going to start going down, okay? So we were in this position right here for the C major pentascale position. Now the left hand, you're going to put your thumb on C as if you're going down from C position, down in F major position, but we're descending from C. So watch what happens. Now we're going to change and come up here. The left hand, aside from the first 4 measures where we're doing this, the left hand is primarily just doing perfect fifth intervals. Okay? If you notice, perfect fifth interval, perfect fifth interval. Now again, this is found on page 9 from the book Cool Songs for Cool Kids, book 1. Look at the left hand, okay? Here's a helpful hint. Do you see these chords right here? The chords tell us the chord position that we are playing. Well, look at the pinky. When you have the A minor chord, the pinky is on A. When you have an F major chord, the left hand pinky is on F. When you have the G major chord, the pinky's on G. Because I'm following those chords and the chord progression with my left hand, but I'm only doing the perfect fifth interval. So we have starting, let's say, starting right here. What is that, measure 11? Look at measure 11, starting right there. We start with A minor, E, and then we'll go down to the F and C, and then we'll go to the G. The left hand is kind of jumping around a bit. The left hand is jumping and moving quite a bit, but again, we're only moving in fifth intervals. Think of this exercise. If I move up according to the C major scale, and I play the perfect fifth interval, I'm doing, those are harmonic fifth intervals. They're all perfect fifth intervals, but I'm moving up playing perfect fifth intervals according to the C major scale. You can do perfect fifth intervals, moving up according to the C major scale. You can do octave intervals. Okay, oh. My thumb got caught right here and it sounded awful. Sorry about that. So we're going up and we're coming down. What I want you to think about is the movement of how you either ascend or descend. Let me play this again. It starts out mezzo forte, and as you're looking at it, those of you who are looking at the book, again, this is from my book, Cool Songs for Cool Kids, book 1, and this is on page 9. Look at the dynamics. It starts out with MF, mezzo forte, and then we have this long crescendo right here. Here I wrote in pedal markings. This pedal, this line that you see right there, that means you push your foot down on the pedal and you hold the pedal and then you let go and then you hold it down again, let go. So pretty much every measure you're letting go, releasing on the pedal. Now we have all these different dynamic markings. Forte. This is an accent mark right here. See that accent? And it doesn't mean you speak in a strange accent or anything like that, like you're speaking with. No, what it is, it's where you actually have you accentuate the note. You're going to play it a bit louder. So instead of playing this, you would really hit it, and it's going to be louder. You accentuate the note. That is what that accent mark means. Of course, if you want to speak with an accent, go right ahead. You can speak with a strange accent whenever you want. Not that that's a strange accent, but try it to play Playground Pro. Let me play it for you. Watch this. Okay, Playground Pro, the skill we're working on, as I mentioned before, melodic and harmonic intervals. And to test yourself, for fun, just go through and ask yourself, am I playing a melodic interval or an harmonic interval? If they're broken apart, this is a melodic fifth interval right here. Perfect fifth. That's a melodic fifth, melodic fifth. Here we have a melodic fourth, F to C, melodic fourth. E to C is a melodic third, melodic third. D to C is a melodic second. Okay, fifth, fifth, fourth, fourth, third, third, second, second, fifth, fifth, fourth, fourth, third, third, second, second. Those are all melodic intervals. Now look here, harmonic intervals. That's a C and an F. This is a D and a G. It's kind of tricky, but C to F, that's a fourth interval. And then D to G, that's a fourth interval. So we're doing this, C to F. And again, that's right here, measures 5 and 6, because we're playing the F major chord. That's the F major chord. And then we play the G major chord. See, I'm just playing chords. That's all we're doing with Playground Pro. It's kind of a fun piece to play. I would have you work on really getting that piece together, and then I'm going to come in here to essential piano exercises now. In essential piano exercises, we are going to go, maybe, if we can. Okay. Right here, page 34, this is a fun pentascale exercise that actually is doing what the left hand is doing from Playground Pro. This is page 34. See that right there? Let me play this for you. And again, this is from my book, Essential Piano Exercises. This is what we have. Okay, the left hand is just doing the broken fifth interval, right hand is doing the pentascale. It's very simple. On the next page, page 35, right here, page 35, we have a pentascale exercise practice. Now we follow this following the circle of fifths in every key. We start in the key of C, and then we go to the key of G, where we have one sharp, it's an F sharp. Then we go to the key of D, where we have two sharps, F sharp and C sharp. And we're following the circle of fifths around. And again, this is from my book, Essential Piano Exercises. But we do a major pentascale exercise. Now, C, D, E, F, G, the word penta means 5. A pentascale, it's a scale that has 5 notes. You can have major pentascales, minor pentascales, diminished pentascales. They need to have 5 notes, and they need to have the quality or characteristic of major, minor, diminished, or whatever it happens to be. It's just a 5-note scale. So if I played C major scale, that's the C major pentascale. The full C major scale would complete and add on these on top. But this exercise here is only for the major pentascales. Now, it's in every key signature following the circle of fifths. And if you remember, I'll go back in this book right here, possibly. Essential Piano Exercises. If we go back to the chart that I made for the circle of fifths, here we have the circle of fifths chart. See that right there? I'll zoom in right here. where you can see key of C major or A minor. We have 0 sharps, 0 flats. Then we go to the right, we add sharps. Key of G major, we have 1 sharp. That's an F sharp. The minor key signature is E minor. Okay, and you can kind of see right here, this chart, everything that is laid out. But we're following the circle of fifths. When you start playing your pentascales or scales, it's easiest to follow the circle of fifths moving around. I want you to know how to go up chromatically in half steps, but also how to follow the circle of fifths or the cycle or force, where you can go to the right, go to the left. It helps you know how to play in all key signatures. This follows the circle of fifths. So we start in the key of C, and we just do the pentascale followed by the intervals. We're only doing harmonic intervals. We'll do melodic intervals later, but that's all we're doing on page 35. And then we go to the key of G. Then we go to the key of D. Then we go to the key of A. Then we go to the key of E. Then we go to the key of B. Then we go to the key of F sharp. And we're following the circle of fifths around. Now, for those of you who are following in the book, as I'm playing these, you may have noticed that, as an example here, we have 1, 2, they're both the same, but they are known as unharmonics. Let me, wait, there we go. Unharmonics, B and C flat sound the same, okay? What that means is if I am playing, oh, wait a second. Yeah, no, that's right. If I'm playing the B major scale, we have B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp. The full B major scale goes all the way up. So we go up and then we come back down. That's the B major scale. Well, the C flat major scale, you're playing the same notes. It's called unharmonics or unharmonically because they are the same. They're notated differently, but this could be B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, or it could be C flat, D flat, E flat, and I'm just playing C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, G flat. Same notes, they're just notated differently. So you follow all of those around. Again, these are the major pentascales. You can practice all of these in every key signature. We're just following the circle of fifths around. Then you can start getting into the minor pentascales. I'm going to come back here to the front view. After the minor pentascales, then you can do the diminished pentascales. And so we're following the circle of fifths. When you are learning how to play scales, I usually tell students, follow the circle of fifths. If you're playing chords, move up chromatically in half steps. And what is fun is you're taking the notes and you're playing them, but you're learning how to play in every key signature. That is what I want you to do, is try to play all of your pieces in every key if you can. Now, that's what we did last week with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 blast off. Remember how we took this and we went up chromatically in half steps. Now, you may not be able to play every single song that you're working on in every key signature, but it helps you start to understand how to transpose. You can play the same song in a different key. As you start learning how to play in different key signatures, all of a sudden, there isn't a key that is difficult for you because all of the key signatures are the same. They were all created equally. You can go through each individual key signature and you feel comfortable. The more you do it, that's why I have you practice playing pentascales or playing chords or triads or intervals in every key signature. either moving up chromatically in half steps or following the circle of fifths or the cycle of fourths around, because the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And that is what I want you to focus on. I'm going to start the Virtuoso stage here in a minute, but I just want you to really play around with these exercises from my book, Essential Piano Exercises. It's a big, thick beast of a book. There are a lot of exercises in the book. You can go to Amazon.com and buy the paperback book, and then you can take the paperback into your local store and have them put a spiral binding on. It's very easy to do. We do sell the entire series on my website, where you can get the spiral bound set from my website, musicmotivation.com. But again, you can either go to my website, musicmotivation.com, buy the PDF book, or get the spiral bound series, or you can go to Amazon to get the paperback book. Either way, that's fine. But work on these, and I think you'll have a great time. What we're trying to do, and I tell students this all the time, it's getting your fingers to the point where you can play almost effortlessly in every key signature. Every key signature. That's what I'm trying to do. This has exercises in every key signature, and I did that intentionally because I don't want you just to be able to play in one key. I want you to be able to play in every key signature. But again, as I tell students, I want you to get to the point where it becomes muscle memory. You don't even need to think about it because your fingers have practiced those exercises so many times and practiced the different key signatures that instantly you just fall into place. It becomes automatic. You don't have to think about it. Remember, I've talked about how first off, we have to get it in our heads and in our hands and then in our heart and then to everyone else. Okay. Sometimes you get it in your head and then your hands and then your heart, and then you can share it with everyone else. Other times you first get it into your hands and then your head, then your heart, and then you can share it with everyone else. But it's helping you take these exercises that I've created. It's helping you take these various cool songs that I've created from my books and using the cool songs and the essential piano exercises to learn to play piano the fun way and then share your music with others. So hopefully that helped. We're going to be starting up the Virtuoso stage here in just a minute. But thank you for everyone who attended this live lesson. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks so much. See you.